is really bright. I apologize if you can't see it. But this is a tender snack box. Be easier if I just showed you. Alright. So there's mostly fries on top, but it's got tenders, fries, and I believe that's barbecue sauce. Yeah, and I got my wild berry Celsius. Not sponsored, sadly. Hey, if you need a little pick me up, Celsius is alright. I just wouldn't recommend drinking it every single day, because you might end up feeling sluggish when you don't have it. Alright, so here's the sauce. Oh. Is that cocktail sauce? I'm not even sure. That's a good chicken tender. So, I want to talk about friendships. I didn't really have anything specific, but I figured it would be a pretty fun video to reminisce about my past close friends. There's some that I don't really talk to anymore just because life happened. There's also people I don't talk to anymore because bridges were burnt either on my side or theirs. You know, as a kid, navigating through life, you tend to mess up a lot, and for the friends that remain there that also mess up with you, you know, those are like 1 in a million. So if you still have a friend like that to this day, cherish that relationship, because they're very hard to come by. Everybody wants to be your friend when it's great. Time tests friendships based on how hard it is. Where are they? But anyway, I digress. So, as far back as I can remember, my first closest friend was, I believe I was in first grade. His name was Ryan. I won't say last names, obviously, out of respect. But, he actually, later on in life, I found out he was the girl who we lost our virginity to. Like, me and the girl, we both lost our virginity to each other. But he was her stepbrother, or no, brother-in-law. No, it was stepbrother. Anyway, she was white and he was black, and his dad married her mom. Anyway, all I can remember is us on the playground and we were on the swing set. And this is first grade, but I get like bits and pieces of memory. I get like these images of us swinging on the swings, trying to do like the backflips, you know? And then I also get little flashback memories of like him and I on top of like some type of tree house, and we were laughing. I later like reconnected with him in life. We lost contact. We ended up going to different schools, but he was the first one. Oh yeah. They also give you a bun with some honey. Unfortunately, I don't have the honey. But anyway, the next on my list would probably have to be, fast forwarded a few more years, and this excludes neighborhood friends, because you always have other kids around the area that you live that you get along with and hang out after school. But these specifically, I'll add the neighborhood ones at the end, but these ones specifically were ones that I met at school. The next two were kind of together. They came as a duo, I guess. But one of the guys' name was Robert. We called him Rob. He was a white guy from, I believe it was New Jersey. His dad was the spitting image of, oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. Ray Liotta. Goodfellas is one of my favorite movies, couldn't remember. Anyway, looked just like him. And our other friend Brad, he was a black guy that was playing on the basketball team for our school. We always used to hang out. There were some weekends where we would stay from like Thursday night to Sunday night at Rob's house. I mean, it was huge. I don't know if his dad was into like stock trading or what, but I came from humble beginnings, so I've never really been in a house that big, so you can imagine I took advantage of it, like the swimming pool, the pool table. Anyway, so that was in 6th grade, well, like more like 5th and 6th grade. Then I ended up going to middle school. I went to a middle school called Southwest. It's in South Florida. But my next, and these were to be like my bestest of friends. Another guy named Brad, he was a white guy. His last name is Polish. There was another guy, his name was Kevin, and his last name was Polish, completely different, but ski was at the end. But Kevin had a twin brother, and the twin brother was, I'm sorry. Kevin had a younger brother that used to always hang out with my younger brother. There was another guy who had a twin, and they would always be around, but they were never really like integrated like that. But me, Kevin, and Brad, I don't even know how to explain it, like, we were inseparable. Everything one did, the others got into, vice versa. But all throughout middle school, we kind of like had our own clique. I wouldn't say we were the most popular kids in school, but we had our reputation. I remember one time we had this, how schools have like votes, like likely to do this or likely to be with whoever. We had ours as the most successful clique, like group, and we were voted up on there, but we won second, only because they were the varsity people in middle school. So I don't really know if they call it varsity, but you know, the sports teams, they were first. I didn't start playing basketball until I got into high school, but we got into some pretty wild stuff. You know, sometimes when they stayed over at my house, my parents were pretty lenient when it came to letting us walk around the neighborhoods and stuff like that and stay off at friends' houses. That was ice from my freezer dispenser. I just turned it on earlier. Anyway, so yeah, we never really had any problems as far as my parents letting me go out, my mom and my stepdad. But we obviously took advantage of that trust as kids. Stupid stuff. Taking craps on people's driveways. Rolling up for sale signs and toilet paper and then setting it on fire. Like, just stupid stuff, man. I'm not gonna say who defecated on the guy's driveway, but I remember we were walking around the next morning and the guy was out there with like at least 5 or 6 Pomeranian dogs. He was out there in his bathrobe sipping his morning cup of coffee. As we were walking past, we noticed him like just staring at this I'm sorry, at this piece of shit on his driveway. It's so stupid thinking back now, but being a kid, you're stupid, you know what I mean? So anyway, and plus you do stupid shit when you're around your friends. He was looking at it, and to this day, I promise, he shook his head, he looked at it, and he said, "Not again." This was the first time that we had done something that outrageous. But we just got too comfortable in that neighborhood, man. We were being stupid, and I definitely don't condone that type of behavior. You know, but I would be foolish to say that I don't get a little chuckle every now and then when I think back on it. Because at least nobody got hurt. There was no harm. I don't know. But anyway, we did that for, not that specifically, but we were all really tight for a number of years. And then I ended up moving to Georgia. So high school year, freshman, 9th grade, ended up befriending a guy named Jeremy. Now, Jeremy was a few years older, and if you want to image Jeremy, just think of like a Paul Bunyan frame, like he was really big and burly, had a pickup truck, really country, which was awesome. But we were tight as well. He was the one that really introduced me to quote unquote backwoods redneck lifestyle. And you know, I was really rebellious as a kid when we moved here because I went from the fast city life to, you know, nothing, or at least what I didn't appreciate at the time. But I've come to love and enjoy the peace and quiet, and he used to take me down the back roads, hunting. I mean, we did everything. But also, I did forget to mention an honorary guest. Another guy named Zach when I first moved here. He was the first guy that really helped me get integrated into where I moved. And he showed me like a lot of cool things, man. You know, we used to go four-wheeling and deer hunting. But anyway, I'm blessed to at least have come across two different ways of living. And I gotta say, like, the backwoods country lifestyle, the peace and quiet, that's the way to go, man. I love it. So anyway, Jeremy, he was so funny, man. I still see him every now and then. But I think after I moved back down to Florida, and then back up here for the second time, but once I moved back, it wasn't really quite the same. But yeah, him, another guy named Cody, he was more of like, if he had moved back to South Florida where I was from, he would have been integrated, just like when I came up here to Georgia. He was like really, I don't know, we had a lot of similarities, like basketball and being athletic and video games and, you know, like old school hip hop music, and I don't know, we had a lot in common that way. But with the other friends, it was more of like the other side, like the countryside, which was still great. I mean, I had a lot of great times riding in the back of a pickup truck down a back road, getting flown up in the air, or going off into a lake trying to hunt ducks. It was awesome. Yeah, into a lake trying to hunt ducks. I remember one time I climbed up the water tower. I think it was me and Zach. I tied up like, I don't know, 20 Roman candles. They looked like a Gatling machine gun, but they were all just crazy. I'm pretty sure the law was called that night because when we had circled back around like 10-15 minutes later, there were cops. So yeah, after 11th grade, I ended up dropping out and getting my GED. For those of you who don't know, I've said before, and I'll say it again in a second. I had a problem, not just like in general, but mentally. I wasn't able to learn from like a 70, 80-year-old person that used the same teaching tactics back in the 50s, 60s, 70s. It just wasn't working with me. I felt more comfortable teaching myself. And I had noticed even on job resumes and applications, they would say high school or GED equivalent. There was no separation of the two. So in my eyes, even at that grade, I felt it was best for me to just stop going to school and to get my GED. And that's exactly what I did. I ended up dropping out. I went up to another city. It's about 30 minutes away. But they had, don't quote me on this, but I believe it was the Scholastic School Board or something of that nature. But you had to go there to take the actual GED test. Now, mind you, if I had stayed in school, I still would have had like a year and a half left. But in the span of the month, dropped out, went to go take this test, ended up waiting another month for it to be graded, I guess. Got the letter in the mail, and it said that I had graduated or received my GED. So I got my certificate, and it was a really proud moment for me because it was a decision that I decided to make on my own. I wasn't living at my parents' house anymore. I kind of left the house at a really young age. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway. So I didn't really have any more school friends after that, which kind of sucks. I mean, there are some days where I think about maybe I should have just stayed in there and enjoyed the ride for what it was, but when it came down to it, it was just more efficiency and function over fun and lengthiness, because I could not bear it anymore. And I loved my friends, but I wasn't gonna sacrifice my future for laughs and, you know, a couple stupid memories, which might sound selfish, but anyway, some honorable mentions. These were friends that were around my neighborhood and who I still know and talk to this day. The first one, her name is Kaylin. She's a redhead, and despite having relations here and there, I can honestly say that she was probably my number one childhood friend. She lived a block away from me. Our moms were real tight. She was the same age as me. My birthday's September 9th. Hers is, I believe, the 24th. And it was from kindergarten, I believe, all the way up until middle school. And then again, when I came back down to Florida to finish up a little bit of my high school, yeah, she was always there. Like, I remember one time, her and her mom surprised me for my birthday. She asked me to come over because there was some bullshit that some stuff that she needed help with. And of course, when I walked through the door, there was like the ceiling was full of balloons, and she got me this shirt. We had like matching shirts, and we went off and partied. It was pretty cool. But for those of you out there that don't think that guys can have just a friendship with a girl, you're dead wrong, man. I mean, there's some girls out there that just match your energy, and they're cool as hell to hang out with. Like, they're really chill, and you don't even look at them like that. I mean, even after all that type of stuff, like, I can say I'd rather all that not happened and us just had a strict friendship. Because, you know, when you get older and you get a teenager, you experiment and stuff. So anyway, that's a whole different topic. But anyway, again, next honorable mention would be the neighborhood friends CJ, Joey, and Cameron. Joey and CJ lived on the same street that I did, but Cameron lived on the next one over, and then there was another Joey that lived on the street behind us. We all hung out whenever. CJ's house, he was staying with his grandma, but his grandma's house was really nice. They lived like right across the street from me. You know, like screened-in pool table, trampoline, all the stuff that a kid loves at that age. So we used to hang out a lot over there. Joey, his dad, was a mechanic, but he was also a really badass musician. My stepdad actually used to play the drums, so some nights while we were hanging out, we could hear our dads in the garage, like, jamming out. It was really cool looking back now. Kaylin, but Kaylin's probably a little bit more. I had a friendship with another girl named Chelsea. You want to talk about female version of me? Complete smartass. Got an answer for everything. Quick-witted. Very cool. But I've known her since, I want to say, elementary school. Yeah, elementary school, like 6th grade. But yeah, I don't really know what the whole reason why I wanted to talk about it for the video, but I thought that it would be a fun topic. If you guys liked it, let me know. Oh, how could I forget about Doug? He's in the military, but back then he used to live like way down. We used to ride our bikes or just walk over there, but we used to crash over there all the time. And his family originated from New York, so it was always chaos over at their house. And his dad was a heavy metal head, so him and my stepdad are the role models for the reasons why I'm into that type of music. But yeah, we used to stay up, play Guitar Hero all night over at his house. Download songs on a music program called LimeWire. For those of you who don't know what that is, go Google it, because it was way before the iPhone and downloading songs all the time. But yeah, we had a lot of fun over at Doug's house too. I don't know if he moved, but I do know that he joined the Marines. So I guess physically, bodily, he moved, but forgive me. Well, I can honestly say I am stuffed. I haven't been eating until like late afternoon, and it's now 2 o'clock, so thank you guys very much for watching this video. I appreciate you, your eyes, but most importantly your ears. It's always a pleasure to hear back from you guys and hear the positive feedback and the constructive criticism or even ideas for stuff. I ended up getting another pack of gum so that I can do some more reading or just having it to chew on in videos. Oh, here come the burps. But I also need to get some Werther's candy. I have not forgotten about you, sir. He has requested that I eat some Werther's candy while reading another chapter of Harry Potter, which I will be doing. I wish I was more than one person. I could get a lot more videos done. Anyway, I love you guys. You, right there. I love you. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. And, yeah, we still gotta come up with that new catchphrase. Anyway, have a wonderful, great day. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye. So long. Farewell to you, my friend. Maybe we just stick with that one.